Now, Nana Kumia was talking about the lack of resources, that probably government doesn't have money. That is why this the Trafigura matter, government couldn't pay, and why the recklessness continues. Doc, I don't know if you saw the releases I put out only yesterday, that many months after the 13th Africa Games, we are still incurring huge liabilities.
What's wrong?
Huge
what's wrong with
withdrawals
that?
are being made.
What's wrong with that?
You see, what is wrong with that is that already they have way exceeded the parliamentary approval that they themselves came for, and we gave them 102 million. This is for the operational cost. I'm not talking about the cost of infrastructure. That's when they went for a loan, so that's a separate matter. You say you needed 102 million. It was approved. Before the closing ceremony, when I tracked the Give Me system, we have spent over 460 million.
Instead of the
approved 102 million. So I thought that...
Could it be coming from contingency?
So I thought that should be the end of the matter. Mm-hmm. Now, anytime I track, the releases and the withdrawals don't end. Since this tournament ended, over the last few weeks, a colossal 168.3 million Ghana cedis. This is in addition to the 460. You've already exceeded what Parliament approved. You didn't come back to Parliament. No respect of our public financial laws. No regard for the Constitution. And they are still spending on these Africa Games. And that's why I had to put out a statement yesterday that when will it end?
But if they are outstanding payments, they have to pay for them.
No, but...
Because we hear people who provided services to others saying that they are still owed money.
Yeah, but who signed those contracts? You've heard some of the figures. $15 million on feeding. And the scandal around that. The people involved, the companies, they should wait. We are coming after them. But look, this sports minister who is running away from accountability.
What do you mean by
when
you say he's running away, what do you mean?
Because we filed urgent questions.
Yes.
When we summoned him to come and account, he only came and read how many medals we have won and all of that. Mm-hmm. And we said we will not accept this. We want the financials. Up to now, it's been more than 3 months. He's refusing to come and account.
But he's a member of Parliament.
That is what makes matters worse. So he won't answer the urgent questions.
He's probably busy.
Busy. Look, May 17th, this sports minister asked for 70 million. He was given.
He asked
withdrawn from the Ministry of Finance. So controller releases the money, 70 million. And they say the transaction description is payment for 13th Africa Games. Then 3rd July, he asked for another 30 million. It's released. They say payment for 13th Africa Games. 16th July, he asked for another 30 million. Payment for 13th Africa Games. That same July 16, he said he needs more, 38.3 million. It is released. They say payment for 13 Africa Games. When will it stop?
So let me ask you this. The sports minister, he doesn't go into the vault to take the money.
Yes.
Why are you not rather summoning the finance minister to tell you why?
Yeah, they are still making releases.
Although you approved X, when I say you, I mean Parliament, you approved X, Y has been paid and X is still being paid.
Yeah.
Even both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Finance minister and sports.
We have done that. The questions have been approved. The minister himself, if you recall, that the day he came to do the presentation on the games after the tournament, I stood up and said that, look, this is bogus. We want the financial. That is what Parliament exists for. He said, there's an urgent question. So he would come and respond to the Honorable Woyome's urgent question on the matter. So that is why he has kept that. We have been reminding him since. And all we see are release after release after release.
Under these circumstances, what can Parliament do? when a minister has asked an urgent question, and because I remember that a couple of years ago, the speaker issued some some threats.
Yes. Probably we can appeal to the speaker.
But
look, to issue a threat, and we can initiate steps probably for a vote of censure. Unfortunately, we don't have the numbers. We don't have the 2/3, you know. But I mean, this is horrendous. It's horrendous.
Randy, I don't look. Sabi Okudzeto.
It sounds like Parliament is helpless.
And why should it be? The numbers are equal.
Yes.
You have the speaker on your side.
Yes.
What more do you need? You say the sports minister or the sports ministry was granted 102 million.
That's what they approved.
And they've spent 460.
Yes.
And they are still spending.
So immediately, that's a clear breach. And Parliament cannot do anything.
That's what he's saying. He said they asked the question.
Yes.
He came there. He didn't provide the answer.
Yes.
He said he will provide the answer later on.
Yes.
They've been chasing him.
For 3
He's
months.
Not come yet.
Is Parliament that powerless?
Nana, what can they do? You help us. You've been there for 12 years.
Saying, the speaker, you see, we've always said that Parliament is weak because the government party has always had a majority in Parliament, including the speaker. So we said that Parliament is weak because it's in cahoots with the executive. So the exercise of oversight over the public money is weakened. Today, you have a different situation. So there should be no excuse. If you've given the minister 102 and he spent more, and then you say you call him, he won't come for 3 months, and we have been told this, then the interest of the country is not being served. Unfortunately. And what is this thing about when he came, he didn't answer the question and was telling us about trophies. If you ask him a specific question and he didn't answer it, and then you let him go, and the Speaker of Parliament, so all this fight that you did to get a speaker, what was the point? Why is the interest of the country being served? And when you see me, because of this, the John Mahama thing, Emmas, where you look at the evidence that was presented abroad and so on, you would say clearly that somebody is guilty. I remember when Martin Amidu fingered John Mahama as government official one, that was uproar, because when you look at the stories, clearly there was somebody called government official one who was, by the testimonies in court and so on, both in London and America. But when the OSP went into it, we saw the opinion. So I am a little careful about these things. Now, if you say that the man has been given 102, he spent 460, and he still spent.
168 million over the last few weeks.
And we are looking on. Parliament gave him 102. Even the vote of censure, even if you don't have the numbers, the process, the debate, because the man has to be there. So the Ghanaian people, look at this, what's happening with the Public Accounts Committee. The Ghanaians are following it. They are following where the money is. That is what you should be doing. But then you come and say that, well, when we called him, he didn't come and answer and all of that. And then you are coming to lament here.
Will this fall within the jurisdiction of assurances?
Yes, it will, because he's giving an assurance to Parliament that he will come respond. And he's not.
Can you use that?
Yes, we can use that vehicle.
But when
except that, you see, time is of the essence because they are still spending.
You see,
how can you stop it? How can you stop it?
Randy,
at least until you have clarity.
Randy, 1 second. The Committee of Parliament can summon any public official who's been entrusted with public money. In this case, the Committee on Finance and Sports can summon the finance minister and the sports minister once the speaker agrees, and they'll be bound to appear. This is elementary. So at the most basic effort, why haven't you summoned these officials and told them that we gave you 102? Why have you spent 460? What is the basis of this? Where are the receipts? Where are all of that? So we can get to the bottom of it. For me, that's my worry.